Hello my friends, welcome to your yoga class for the new moon in Gemini coming up on June 6th. My name is Natasha, also known as Nurse Nadasha. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome back. I have my handy dandy assistant Jack here. This is the dog that you always hear barking in the background of my videos. He is joining us because we lost his brother a couple weeks ago. That's why I missed the full moon in Sagittarius. I'm so sorry I missed that, but you know, we lost his brother. He was almost 16 years old, my little baby Fozzie, and Jack has been attached to me ever since, so he needs to be by me. We're gonna hope that he can, you know, keep his cool throughout this whole class, but he's gonna be here with us. Yeah, this is the new moon in Gemini. We have a lot of stuff in Gemini. We have Venus, Mercury, Jupiter in Gemini. If you want to know more about kind of the astrology behind it and just more about the new moon in Gemini, I also have a video here on my channel that is a tarot reading for this new moon in Gemini. We kind of get more into it in that video. I'm just going to briefly touch on it here. It is on June 6th. Gemini in the body rules our vocal cords, our throat, our lungs, our shoulders, our arms, all those things. That's what we're going to be focusing on in this class. It's kind of opening up everything up here. You know, we're going to focus on that throat chakra. And yeah, I wrote down success will be found through connection, socializing, community knowledge, education, and yapping. I know yappers are very on trend right now. Talking, communicating, connecting with other people. You might feel a little bit flirty. You know, the Gemini energy in the tarot is the lovers and the Two of Cups energy. It's very much based in duality, right? Gemini is the twins, but that's kind of the energy of this new moon in Gemini. Again, if you want to learn more about kind of what is happening, I have another video for that here on my page. But we know new moons are about manifesting, setting intentions, and again, Gemini, air sign, knowledge, talking, communication, fun, flirty, air energy. That is the vibe, and that is what we're going to kind of focus on in this class. And again, opening up all those things that Gemini rules. So with that being said, we're going to get started. Now, I am an accessible plus size trauma informed teacher. So remember that everything I say is an option, not an order. I want you to trust your body. I want you to listen to your body. I want you to do what feels best for you. I also want you to set yourself up for success. So any props that you need for your practice, you can have your blocks, you can have a strap. We will be doing some things with the strap in this class. If you don't have a strap, you can use a towel or a blanket. Those work just fine. Yeah, but any other props you need, pillows, blankets, bolsters, anything, have it nearby. With all that being said, we are going to get started seated. So if you're already sitting on your mat, you're in the right place. You can sit in any way that is comfortable for you. So easy seated pose means something different for everybody. I like to sit with my legs crossed. Maybe you like to sit with your legs extended. Maybe you want to sit on a pillow or a block or a bolster. You sit in the way that feels most comfortable for you. Now, you can have your palms facing down to get grounded. You can have your palms facing up to receive. Or what I've liked to do recently is one up, one down, little as above, so below action. Also, again, that Gemini duality energy, one to receive, one to ground. And yeah, do what feels best for you. You can also keep your eyes open or closed as we come to our space, to our mat. And we're just going to start by breathing. Just bringing awareness to your breath, not changing anything about it just yet. Just starting to focus on your breath. Just noticing your breath as it goes in and out. I like to visualize my nose. I know it sounds silly, but visualizing my nose in my mind and watching the breath go in and watching the breath go out. This really helps to bring that focus to the breath. And again, that breath is that air energy of Gemini. Gemini does rule the lungs, so maybe we start to deepen and lengthen these inhales and exhales. So really big, deep inhales and really big, deep exhales. I'm just continuing to breathe deep here. Maybe noticing what happens in the body as you breathe. So perhaps on the inhale, you feel the shoulders rise, the chest expand, the belly expand, taking up space. And on the exhale, a gentle release, a gentle relaxation, a gentle grounding. Now, as you continue to breathe, we're just going to take a moment of mindfulness. So just doing a little check-in of the mind, the body, the soul. Just ask yourself, what's going on? How do I feel? Getting curious. It's also very Gemini energy, is to just get curious. And just get curious of what's going on inside, practicing non-judgment, non-attachment. Just noticing what's going on. Now we're going to take some nice deep collective breaths here. Remember that even if you're practicing by yourself in your home, there is a ton of people practicing here online with you. So let's take some community breaths. We'll take a big inhale in through the nose, filling up chest, filling up belly, taking up space. And big open mouth exhale, side out. Nice big inhale in through the nose, filling up chest, filling up belly, taking up space. And open mouth exhale, side out. Last one, biggest yet, really big inhale in. Fill up a little more. And open mouth exhale, release it. You can allow your breath to return to normal. And maybe just take a moment here to set your intention, whether you're setting your intention for the new moon or just for this practice, for today, for this week, whatever you intend to do, maybe a goal, maybe something you're manifesting. You can say out loud, I intend to blank, or I will blank. And I do recommend saying it out loud, tapping into that throat, vocal cord, Gemini energy. And with that, we will start to invite in some movement, my friends. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop our chin to our chest. So we're starting to get into the back of that neck. And I want you to shake your head from side to side here. Very slowly, very exaggerated, shaking your head from left to right. It's like you're saying no, very slowly. And if there's anything that you want to say no to here, say no. Say, no, I don't want that anymore. No, thank you. Thank you, next. Say it out loud. No to anything that is not serving you anymore. Anything you wish to let go of. And then gently coming back to center, chin to chest. Now we're going to nod the head yes. So again, very slowly, very exaggerated, dropping the head back, lifting the chin. And then bringing it forward, dropping chin to chest. Now, same thing here. Anything you want to say yes to, say yes to it here. Say it out loud. Yes, I am inviting in blank, whatever it is. Or I am open to receive blank. Claim whatever it is that you want under this new moon in Gemini. Say it out loud. Now, as you continue to nod the head yes here, we're going to start to get kind of our whole upper body involved in this movement. So if you have your hands up or one hand up, place both hands down. They're kind of grabbing onto your knees here. And we're going to start to involve the whole body in this movement. So when you drop your chin forward, we're kind of rounding the shoulders forward, pressing the heart back, really rounding the spine, kind of curling forward. And then when you drop the head back, lifting the chin, we're opening the heart, pressing the chest out, squeezing the shoulder blades behind us. Now you can link your breath to your movement. So maybe a nice big inhale. When you open up, dropping the head back, pressing out the chest. And then exhaling as you round the spine, dropping chin to chest. And you can make these movements as big or as small as you want to. You can make it really exaggerated, kind of get the whole body involved. You can keep it small, whatever feels good for you. About 5 to 7 rounds here on your own breath, linking your breath to your movement. once you've finished up your last round, you can return back to a neutral spine. Now, if your legs are crossed, I encourage you to just take a moment to just cross your legs the other way. So put the other leg on top just so we can stay even here. And staying seated, we're going to again continue to open up this upper body, continue to open up the lungs here. So I'm going to bring my hands to either side of me. I'm going to inhale, my arms up overhead. And then on the exhale, I'm going to bend into the elbows, goalposting the arms, dropping my head back, opening the heart, opening the lungs, maybe squeezing those shoulder blades behind you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now we'll inhale those arms up one more time. On the exhale, this time you can lower the right arm down. This left arm is going to reach over to the right. So we're taking a side bend here. So I'm pressing my left hip down as I reach my left arm over. I'm keeping my chest open to the ceiling. Again, trying to open the heart, open those lungs. And I'm taking that side bend over to the right. And now I'm breathing into this left side in that space between left hip and left rib cage. Now on my next inhale, I'm going to pull this left arm back, so I'm opening up my heart even more to the ceiling. And on the exhale, I'm going to round forward with this left hand, threading the needle under the right. So it's not going all the way, but my intention is I'm kind of driving this left arm under the right. Inhale to open up. Exhale, twist and round. Inhale, open. Exhale, twist and round. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, open up one more time. Exhale, you can come through center. Now I'm going to inhale my right arm up and over, releasing my left hand down. And exhale, take that side bend over to the left. So now I'm breathing into my right side body, keeping that chest open to the ceiling, pressing my right hip down. I'm breathing into this side bend. I'm going to take a big inhale, pull this right arm back, open my heart and my lungs even more to the ceiling. Exhale, round forward like I'm threading a needle. Inhale, open up. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And exhale, round. Last one, inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. And exhale, you can release to center. Now we're gently going to transition to a tabletop. So taking your time, moving with intention, coming to the hands and knees. Now you can always place a pillow or blanket underneath the knees or double up on your yoga mat. My shoulder, elbow, wrist are stacked. My hips are stacked over my knees, and I'm going to go right into a cat-cow here. So I'm going to inhale, lift my chin, open up my heart, arching the back, sticking that booty out. Exhale to round, tucking the pelvis, tucking chin to chest, doming out the shoulders. Inhale to open. And exhale to round. Now you can do 5 to 7 more of these on your own breath, linking your breath to your movement, just flowing with the breath and doing what feels good here. If you want to rock from side to side, you want to take some full body circles, do whatever movements feel right and good for you as you flow. You can finish up this last round, returning to a neutral spine. And from here, we're going to lower ourselves down to our bellies, nice and slow, coming on down. My hands are going to stay underneath my shoulders. I'm squeezing my elbows into my sides. Now I'm going to press my palms into the mat, and I'm going to inhale, lift the head, the chest, the shoulders for a low cobra. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the head, the chest, the shoulders. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Now, we're going to continue to get into the shoulders, the arms here. So on your belly, I'm going to start with my left side just so you can see what I'm doing here. I'm extending my left arm straight out from my shoulder. My right hand is still planted on the mat, so I'm pressing my palm into the mat. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to press into that right palm to press myself over this left shoulder. So I'm kind of rolling off my belly over to my left hip. Now, you don't have to go super far, or alternatively, you can go as far as you want, as far as it feels good. Find your edge. Rolling over to that left hip, you can even bend into this right leg if you want a little more. Getting into that left shoulder, breathing here. On the next inhale, you can gently come to center. Exhale, release. Now we'll switch sides. So now I'm going to extend my right arm out. My left hand is planting. And same thing here. I'm just going to press myself over my right shoulder. Maybe coming up to my right hip. Maybe bending into that left leg. And breathing here. On the next inhale, you can return to center to the belly, and exhale, release. Now, we're going to do the same thing one more time on each side, just a little variation. So I'm reaching my left arm out from my shoulder, and then I'm going to bend into my elbow. So I have a 90-degree angle happening here again, coming straight out from my shoulder. And same thing, I'm taking my right hand, pressing it into the mat to just roll myself over. Now, you might find that you can't go as far in this position. I certainly can't. This really gets into the shoulder and the chest. And we're just breathing here. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, release down to the belly. Switching sides. I'm extending my right arm out, bending into the shoulder, the elbow. Have that 90-degree angle going on, pressing into my left hand, pressing myself over, and breathing here. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, releasing to my belly. I'm going to bring my hands underneath my shoulders one more time. I'm going to press into my palms to inhale, lift up, and we're meeting back in our tabletop position. Now I'm going to give you 2 options here. Option 1 is to find a child's pose. Now you can find a wide-legged child's pose, widening the knees to make space for the belly and thighs. And then you can sink those hips back to the heels. Alternatively, if you'd like, you can take a puppy pose if you want to get more into the shoulders. And that, I'm going to keep my knees underneath my hips. And instead of sinking my hips back to my heels, they're staying lifted, and then I'm walking my arms out. So this is puppy pose, is just an option. You can always take your child's pose. This is pretty intense in the neck and chest and shoulders. Now your forehead can be on the mat, or your chin can be on the mat. And we're gonna breathe here. Now on the next inhale, you can gently rise up back to your tabletop. Exhale here, and we're gonna find our way to a downward facing dog. So my palms are pressed into the mat, I'm tucking my toes. I'm gonna inhale those hips up and back to the wall behind me, pressing my palms into the mat and pressing my chest through my shoulders towards the tops of my thighs. Now I'm encouraging my heels down. They do not have to touch, but I'm just encouraging them down. And you can find some movement here in your downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the feet. Maybe shake out the hips, shake out the head. See what feels good. Gently coming to stillness, you can inhale, gaze to the top of your mat, and exhale, we're going to travel to a forward fold. Now you can do so by taking some baby steps forward. You can take a big old step forward, or you can walk your hands back. However you do it, we're going to end up here in a forward fold. And you can take your time here in this forward fold, doing what feels good. Maybe you want to sway from side to side. Maybe you want to grab for opposite elbows. Spending a few breaths here. I don't know if you guys can hear the bird that's like obnoxiously chirping outside my window, but that's the new moon in Gemini energy. All right, my friends, we're gently coming to stillness here. You can bring your hands to blocks or to your shins, press into them. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise all the way to standing. And exhale, your hands can come to your heart center. Take a moment here, standing in our Tadasana mountain pose. Finding your breath. Perhaps reminding yourself of your intention that you set for class or for the new moon. Maybe saying it out loud. All right, my friends, we're gonna float a bit here. We're starting in our Tadasana mountain pose, so your feet can be hips distance or closer, wider, whatever feels right and good for you and your body. My hands are on either side here, palms facing forward, active hands, active fingers. I call this the Iron Man stance, like you're shooting energy out of your palms like Iron Man. Our spine is nice and tall here, like someone is pulling a string from the top of your head. Now we're gonna inhale, reach those arms up, lengthen the spine. Exhale, bend into the elbows, goalposting the arms, and finding that heart opener here. So maybe dropping the head back, lifting the chin. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, goalpost the arms, open the heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Last one, we'll inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, find that opener, open the heart, open the lungs. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here. Find your breath. If you hear snoring, it's because Jack, I think, is snoring. All right, my friends, we're going to incorporate a bit of warriors, some lunges here, and we're going to continue with that kind of goalpost motion of opening the heart, opening the shoulders, opening the lungs. So from my Tadasana mountain pose, I'm going to bring my right foot to center. I'm going to step my left foot back for warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1. So this stance isn't as wide as like a warrior 2. Our feet are a little bit closer together. My front foot is pointed forward. My back foot's at a 45-degree angle. This back leg is straight, and I'm bending into this front knee. My knee does not go past my ankle. Now I'm finding my stable base here, and then I'm squaring off my hips, my torso to the front of the mats. Inhaling my arms up. Breathing here in my warrior 1. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, I'm stepping back to the top of my mat, switching sides. So now my left foot comes to center. My right foot steps back for that Virabhadrasana warrior 1. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. My back leg is straight. I'm bending into that front knee, finding my stable base, and squaring myself off. Inhaling those arms up and breathing here. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, step it back to Tadasana mountain pose. All right, my friends, we're doing that one more time on each side, and then we're adding on. So from my Tadasana mountain pose, my right foot comes to center. My left foot steps back for my warrior 1. Setting myself up here, finding my stable base. Inhaling those arms up and breathing here. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, I'm bringing my hands back to my hips, and I'm going to set up for a high crescent lunge. So my front leg is staying exactly the same, but my back leg is maybe coming a little bit wider, and I'm coming to the ball of the back foot. So I'm lifting my heel. So now my hips are square to the front of the mat. My front knee is still over that ankle. You can have your hands on your hips here. Maybe we inhale those arms up overhead, and now we're going to flow through that heart opener. So I'm going to inhale here. Exhale, bend the elbows, goalpost the arms, open the heart, open the lungs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, open. Inhale, reach. Exhale, open. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, woo. And exhale. Even yoga teachers lose their balance sometimes, y'all. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step back to the top of your mat. You can shake it out here. All right, friends, we're taking it to the other side. So standing in my Tadasana mountain pose, my left foot comes to center. My right foot steps back for my Virabhadrasana or warrior 1. Bending into that front knee. Back leg is straight. Finding my base. Squaring off. Inhaling the arms up and breathing here. Nice big inhale here. Exhale brings those hands to the hips, and I'm setting up for my high crescent lunge, so maybe stepping a little wider. Front leg stays where it is, but I'm lifting the heel of the back foot. In my high crescent lunge, hips are square to the front of the mats. Inhaling those arms up. And now we're finding that heart opener. So I'm inhaling here. Exhale, goalpost the arms, open the heart. Inhale up. Exhale, open. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, you can sit back to the top of your mat. Shake it on out. All right, my lovelies, I'm gonna grab some water here. And I'm gonna grab a hold of my strap. So, if you don't have a strap, towel or blanket works just fine. You might not even need one, but for me, I have a very tight chest. So in order to grab my hands behind my back, I have to use a strap. So we're going to come to a wide-legged fold. You can have your feet as wide as what feels good. I'm gonna grab a hold of my strap behind me. In each hand, I'm gonna inhale to straighten my arms, open my heart, again, opening up my chest, my lungs, all that good stuff. I'm gonna inhale here, and exhale, I'm gonna fold forward, hinging from the hips. My arms are coming up behind me. Now again, you might be able to clasp your hands behind you without the strap. That works too. Or you can use a strap or your towel or your blanket. You can always keep a micro bend in the knees if that feels good. I'm breathing here, trying to lift my arms as much as I can. Now on my next inhale, I'm going to use my core to rise back up. Exhale here. You can get rid of that strap. And then we're going to take good old-fashioned wide-legged forward fold. So I'm inhaling my arms up and exhale to fold. Can you tell I dislike that stretch? Yoga teachers will always say the pose you dislike the most is the one you need to do. But I will not do that more than once. All right, friends, in this wide-legged fold here, you can do what feels good. You can bend into one knee, bend into the other, shake out your hips, reach for your feet, whatever feels good in this wide-legged fold. Finding your breath here. Now we're going to gently come to center. I'm going to give you a couple options here. We're going to take a little squat. Get into the hips just a little bit. So option 1 is you can bring your feet a little bit closer together. Toes are out at a 45-degree angle. You can bend into your knees, sink the hips. This is where maybe your blocks can come in, or you can also have your hands on your thighs. Be in a squat right here, almost like kind of a little spider pose. You can stay here. Option number 2 is to bring those heels in even closer. Again, toes pointed out at a 45-degree angle. You can take a block and you can sit on that block. Option number 3, get rid of the block, coming to your Malasana squat. You can take any of these options, whatever feels right and good for you. We're going to breathe here in this squat for a moment. Malasana squat is great for the hips, also connecting with the root chakra. And I think that, you know, the Gemini energy and all this like throat and air energy, we gotta get a little grounded, you know? We gotta stay a little grounded. So we're breathing here in our squat. Now when you're ready, you can bring your hands to the mat or to your blocks. Inhale, straighten the legs. You can shake it out here. And then we're going to find our way down to our mat. So I just pretty much bend into one knee, bend into the other, but you can come down to your mat however feels right and good for you. I'm going to come all the way to my back. So take your time, moving slowly with intention. I would keep a block nearby. We're going to do some bridge here, but you totally don't need a block. That's just an option. So I'm lowering down to my back. I'm going to bring my arms out to a T position and extend my legs. Now starting with the right leg, I'm going to bend my right knee in, keeping my left leg extended. I'm going to inhale here and exhale. I'm going to draw my right knee over to the left. So I'm taking a twist here. Now that left leg can stay straight or it can bend. Maybe you gaze over your right shoulder. And I'm going to breathe here. Breathe into this twist. Now on your next inhale, you can return to center. Exhale, release. We'll take it to the other side. So I'm extending my right leg long, pulling my left knee in, inhaling here. Exhale, draw that left knee over to the right. That right leg can stay straight or you can bend it. Maybe gazing over your left shoulder and breathing here. On the next inhale, you can gently return to center. Exhale, you can release. And this is where we'll take that bridge pose. So options here, if you don't have a block or a bolster or a pillow, you can take a good old-fashioned bridge where we just lift our hips up to the ceiling. Or if you have a block or if you want to take a supported bridge pose, just scoot that block right underneath your hips and rest your hips on the block and hold here. If you don't have the block or you don't want to use the block, I want you to inhale up, hold for 5 breaths, and then exhale down and repeat. If you're in your supported bridge, we're going to breathe here for a bit. Again, you can have those palms facing up to receive, palms facing down to ground, or a little as above, so below action, one up, one down if you'd like. You can keep the eyes open or closed here, and we're just going to breathe. Now, if you are on the block here, we're going to take a supported shoulder stand. If you're not on the block, you can take a good old-fashioned shoulder stand. If you're on the block, we're just going to draw our knees into the chest, staying on the block, and straighten the legs to the sky. If you don't have the block, you can do the same thing. Just bend your knees in, straighten your legs to the sky. You can also lift those hips up over your shoulders. If you'd like, you could take a plow pose, any variation, any option that feels good for you. Just getting a little inverted here, getting the blood flowing in the opposite direction. You can point and flex the toes here if that feels good, or roll out the ankles. Spending a few breaths here.
ready to release, just gently bending those knees in, releasing the feet back to the mat. You can scoot that block out from underneath you. Now, if there's any final poses or asanas that you would like to take here, you can go ahead and do so. Take your time. I'm just pulling my knees in, kind of massaging out my low back. You could take a happy baby. You could take more twists. Anything that feels good for you. Choose your own adventure here. And then when you're ready to find your Savasana, you can do so. And you can take any variation of Savasana you'd like. If you would like to just extend the legs, extend the arms, let them fall where they want to fall, you can do that. You could take a Supta Baddha Konasana, perhaps. Bring the feet bottoms together to touch, opening up the knees if you want to get into the hips. I personally like to bend into my knees, knock my knees in together, press my low back into the mat. It kind of gets rid of that gap between the low back and the mat. And again, you can have your palms facing up or down, or one each. You can close or open the eyes, and we will breathe here for a bit, my friends. I will let you know when it's time to come back. Just focus on your breath, and perhaps remind yourself of the intention you set for this new moon or for this class. And when you're ready, you can gently bring your awareness back into your space and back into your body. Maybe wiggle your toes or wiggle your fingers. Maybe roll out the wrists or roll out the ankles. You can gently make these movements bigger until maybe you're ready to draw the knees into the chest. Maybe give yourself a little squeeze, maybe rock from side to side. Now when you're ready, you can roll over to one side using your bottom arm as a pillow, finding your fetal pose. Remembering that our fetal pose signifies fresh starts and new beginnings. And gently you can press yourself up to a seat, any seat that you are comfortable in, taking your time. You can bring your hands to either side of you. Inhaling those arms up overhead. Exhale, press them back down, releasing anything that does not serve you today. Inhale, arms come up, scoop up all this energy we just created in between our palms, and exhale, bring it to your heart center. The love and light in me honors the love and light in each of you. We bow to our practice. Thank you. All right, my friends, I hope you had a wonderful class. I hope you have a wonderful new moon in Gemini. Can we get a little shout out for Jack here? He, I think, has slept through the entire thing, which is a miracle in and of itself. If you know Jack, you know that this is not normal, but I think he's finally calming down a little bit. He just turned 5. He is an Aries, so, you know, he always going to have that fire, but he's been a very good boy, and he has definitely helped me through a lot of stuff. I'm going to cry, I swear. But, all right, my friends, I hope you have a wonderful new moon. I'm going to go snuggle with Jack a bit. Yeah, and I'll see you next time. Good morning. You sleepy boy. easy, baby.